Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Happy Saturday. We have a special guest with us, Miss
Yes.
Christina Rogers, who
Thank
is
you.
a CEO of a wonderful, wonderful natural skincare line. It's called BO Essentials, which is Blessed Organic Essentials,
Yes,
right? I got
yes.
it right. Yes. Yes. We met her. It's just going to show you how you can network. We met her at a networking event
Yes.
from a fellow CEO chick that you
Last
guys always
year.
hear about.
Last year.
Yep.
It was last year. It was last
Yes,
year.
full
Because it was
circle.
cold.
Yes,
It
it
was
was
cold.
freezing outside. And
Yes, it
then
was.
here you are. And
Yes.
so I am so happy to have you on our show.
Happy
We're
to
just
be
going to be
here.
transparent. She was supposed to be on our show a couple months ago.
Yes.
But you know what? Things end up happening and, but
And
she
she
is
had
here now.
truly a wonderful spirit.
Okay.
Yes.
She just, every time I contact, no problem. No
She's
problem. I'm
just
like,
so sweet.
She
I'm
is
like,
so
she is
sweet.
so
Thank you
sweet.
guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm like, you know what? She ain't trying to hear from us no more. But
We just said that. We was like, oh, we were ashamed to even reach back out
I
to
was
you.
like, I
But
don't know.
you
We should
know
reach
what?
out.
I'm glad.
See, I'm glad we reached out too.
I'm glad.
I'm glad we reached out to. And
Yes.
she got us a really nice Christmas gift, and so I thank you so much. We're gonna open it later.
Please do. Please do.
Yes, and just talk about different things that she has going on,
Yes.
and we'll definitely give you information on how you can reach out to her or even buy her products.
Yes.
She has good products.
Yes,
Yes.
she does. Yes,
Thank
she
you.
does.
And she's in Whole Foods.
Yes.
Okay.
We'll talk
Girl,
about
go
that
with
too.
yourself.
Yes, let's talk
Love
about
it.
that
Love
too.
it. Love it. Love it.
Absolutely. Just getting into a few things today. You guys have heard me talk about this before, but today, at 3 p.m., the Cultured Creative Group, they are presenting their second annual gift and meal giveaway today at 3 p.m. It's going to be at the 10th District Police Department, 3315 West Ogden, right here in Chicago, and it's going to be from 3 to 6. So if you have a toy that you want to drop off, if you have your time that you want to give, I will be there, and they will be there. And these are young people too. They're around my age. They're in their 20s, and they're giving back to their community. And so this is their second year doing it, and so I'm very excited to be a part of it. You hear a lot about millennials, what they're not doing and this, that, and the other, and they're giving back to the community. So I am glad to be a part of it. And again, 3315 West Ogden from 3 to 6 at the 10th Police District.
All right, girl.
Right.
My church announcement is
Next
next Saturday. We will not be here live because next Saturday, December the 30th, bring in the new year with the right tools and the successful things that you need. Learn to stress less with nutrition and exercise. Join us for a fun-filled day at the Total Body Wellness at the Excuse-Free Fitness Gym in Homewood, Illinois. The owner of the gym is Caprice O'Brien Gutierrez. The expert speaker is Felicia Houston. They will have free mini facials and massages, free Pilates with Coach Robin, with Coach Tammy, featuring sample products by Zuri Body Essentials, along with free snacks. The event is next Saturday from 12 to 3. The address is 18725 Dixie Highway, and that's in Homewood, Illinois. Come on out. Have a great time with us.
Yes,
Yeah,
we're
right.
excited. We're
We are
going to be
excited.
broadcasting on our YouTube channel
Yes.
while we're there.
That's awesome.
So come out my thing is, it's the right time if you're thinking about
That's
getting
right.
fit. The name is so appropriate. No excuses. Come out
Excuse free.
Excuse free, but still no excuses. So this should be an excuse-free year that you're going into. So
Right. On many levels. On many
Exactly.
levels.
On many
We'll talk
levels.
about that.
But definitely come out, especially if you're interested in just learning more about health and getting fit. So we'll be there.
All right, girl.
I just wanted to talk about this really quick. I have opinions on it. So I don't know if anyone watches the show Black Ink on VH1. They have a Black Ink Chicago, and they also have a Black Ink New York, which was the original series. A character on the show, because I mean it's scripted to a degree. So
right.
a character on the show, her name is Sky. She's the really light-skinned girl. She has a lot of tattoos. She's very loud and obnoxious. At one point, I really liked her only because that's just her, type of thing. But so throughout her time being on the show, she's been on the show for a couple years now.
Yeah.
She has explained how she has had a rough life. She's been in and out of jail, this, that, and the other. And, she had 2 boys. And initially she said they were twins and they were taken from her because she was, in such a young age, yada, yada, yada. Well, now it's like, for one, they're not twins. One is 17, the other one's like 19.
Wow.
That's one. And then 2, apparently they weren't taken from her. She gave them up for adoption because she wanted to give them a better life. Now, I mean, that's no unique scenario that has happened before. In most cases, I think that that's the right thing to do. If you have a child and you can't give them the best life, so pass them off. Well, the problem that people are having, and I can agree, she's been on this reality show. She has got her breast done. She got her butt done. She's moved up to several different nice condos in New York. Then she's moved to Atlanta, has this great big house. She's driving new cars, this, that, and the other. She has Glam Squad traveling, doing, how people get paid to come to clubs nowadays. She's doing all these appearances.
She's hosting.
Hosting appearances, all this stuff. So she's getting money. I don't care. You may not be a millionaire, but VH1's paying you something to be on that show.
Paid.
You getting paid.
You getting paid.
Okay. Where you can quit whatever day job you originally had.
That's right.
You're getting paid.
That's right.
So one son, she finally reached back out to her kids and she wants to see them again. She hasn't seen her kids in 15 years. That's a long time.
I can't wait to jump in. Come on.
So like, one child, the 17-year-old, he accepted them with, with open arms. This, that, and the other. He accepted her, with open arms. Talked about, building a relationship back up. With her 19-year-old, he was not receptive. He at first did not want to talk to her. This, that, and the other. When they met, he became like violently angry and he started fighting the security guards or whatnot. So a lot of people are saying, well, she had hard times, this, that, and the other, and now she wants to be back in her life. What's wrong with that? But then it's like, well, yes, you had hard times, and yes, you might have had to give me up, but you have redeemed yourself and came back since then within the 15 years. Right. So why is it just now that you're to rekindle a relationship, and you've been on, I'm watching you on TV making this money and meeting people and doing this, that, and the other, but yet you have kids at home that you, in their eyes, could care less about. So I just want to know what you guys think about that.
Okay. You and we talked about this last night. I think that the young man, I don't remember his name. I want to say his name is Genesis.
Genesis,
because I remembered that from the Bible. But that's the older son, right? And so he is adamant that he wants absolutely nothing to do with her. I understand. Because just like you and myself have watched this reality show, millions of people have watched this reality show, and he's seen, first of all, let me just put a pin there. I do not particularly care for how she conducts herself on the show.
Right.
I think it's a very bad depiction of a Black woman.
Right.
She's loud, she's ignorant, all of that. I don't like it. So moving forward, he does not want to have anything to do with her. And I totally understand. And I agree. You're watching your mother. First of all, your mother. How embarrassed would you be if I was on national TV conducting myself in that way? She's always half dressed. Her mouth is foul. Secondly, you are just now reaching out to me. So when the cameras are available, are you trying to get more ratings? Are you trying to find, a relevant spot on the show? No, I don't blame him.
Me neither. What do you think, Ms. Christina?
My thoughts is that I think that he's coming from a place of bitterness and resentment and
Absolutely.
hurt. And so what tends to happen is that from a child's place, he probably was thinking he wanted his mother. And there's different opportunities that probably presented itself at the time and she didn't take it. Now that he's grown, he has his own mentality, his own mindset. And so at some point, as a child grows up, as I have children, as a child grows up at a certain age, they become independent.
Yeah.
And it's almost like, well, what can you do for me now?
Exactly.
You haven't been there all this time. What can you offer me now?
And so from what I saw, I did see a interview that they had done. He and his father, his biological father, is in his life. So as it appears, the father has come along and just made the story right and said, no, she left you. She left you. And
Well,
the young man was in and out of jail. The father decided, and he has a past as well. And the father decided, I am going to be all I can be for him. So now they are formulating a relationship. And maybe there's some, like you said, resentment where the biological father is feeding some negativity to the young, but the boy can grasp his own opinion.
well, I mean, I definitely agree with that. But my thing is, where was the father? I mean, okay, yes, Sky was not in the child's life, but where were you?
He was in and out of
let's
jail.
not.
Yeah.
I mean, regardless of the circumstance, you were still not in my life,
Right.
and so you can't place all blame on Sky. It's really blame on both of you guys.
Absolutely, no.
And I think that part of the way he feels is because the father is pouring that negativity into the child's life. I feel like that does play a big part, but he still has his own mind. He's still seeing with his two eyes who he knows as his mother. And all he knows is that I'm with this other family. Yes, I'm happy with this life, but even with the cussing and all that kind of stuff, I don't even think that that's really a factor. I think, he would accept his mom for who she is to a certain degree. I just think the fact that she's absent in his life, but yet, even if you're not and behind the scenes on TV, it looks like you're living a certain type of life. Exactly. And, you're not a part of mine. So those are my thoughts on that. And I think that I agree that he has a right to be upset. And I hope to some degree that they can come to, some kind of resolution for where that they can at least be cordial to each other. Because I would hate for a mother and son to be like that, but
yeah, maybe
it's unfortunate.
Because he was looking last week, it didn't look too good for the
He was upset. I mean, he charged at her as if he was getting ready to punch her in the face. Yeah. So I didn't know what was going on in his head with that. But
stay tuned.
I mean, time will tell, and only thing I could do is just pray that they can, get that resolved to some degree. So.
Right. So I want to talk briefly about LeVar Ball. I don't know if you know who LeVar Ball is. LeVar Ball is an American media personality and businessman, and he also has 3 sons that play basketball. So he just announced that in 2018 he will be developing a new basketball league that will pay players who have graduated from high school but are not interested in going to college. I think this is an awesome thing. So according to ESPN, LeVar says he's starting his junior basketball association that is fully funded by the Big Baller brand. He's looking for 80 nationally ranked players to fill 10 teams and plans to pay the lowest ranked player $3,000 a month and the highest ranked player $10,000 a month. I think this is an amazing opportunity. In a statement to ESPN, he said he's getting these players ready to go, and he's excited about what they're going to do. And college is not meant for everyone, and he wants to give them an alternative, and he thinks that they should be paid during the process of this. And I think that's great.
I think that's awesome. Like you said, school is not for everyone. No. I feel like as long as you're successful and do your best in something, it does not have to be school. You do not have to take the traditional route. I tried school and I did not finish, but I am in school now to do what I love. And I feel like as long as you're successful in that, then that's all that matters. I had a friend, she said, you going into business, you taught me that I don't have to go to school to be successful. Because at one time, back in the day, it was, well, you have to get, some kind of trade to be successful. Then it's like, now you have to go to school and graduate from a 4-year university or college to be successful. And now it's like, no, you can go out and get money right now and earn money right now, whether it's a service or a product. And so I'm glad that that is shifting and people are looking at things differently. And he's giving them a chance to to survive, because $3,000 for a 17-year-old a month, that's pretty good. That's you know what I'm saying? Someone fresh out of high school, I feel like I'm
awesome.
rich.
In some cases, that's more than some people make.
That's exactly. Awesome. So especially for the $10,000 a month. Y'all rolling for real.
You better bounce that ball.
Okay. And I'm sure these people have been top of their class, or I'm sure they.
Well, they have to.
Exactly. I'm sure that they were really good in school academically to some degree. So I think that is awesome. And
he's investing in a dream.
Yes. Exactly. You know, because a lot of people, once they get there to their peak and once they've made their dreams come true, they kind of just live the life and they forget, you know, about the people who are where they were, you know. And so, like you said, they're investing in other dreams. I love that.
Okay, go ahead. You have something else? Because I do.
Earl is funny. 18. This is so sad.
I just saw what he said. Okay.
A teenager. He was 17 years old. His name is James Smith. He from Bayou High School in Washington, D.C. This past Monday, he was shot and killed over a pair of Nike Jordans. They were $220. And according to the Washington Post, that was really all what he wanted for Christmas. So his mother decided, you know, to get him a gift that you want to get your kids what they want for Christmas, even for their birthday or just even because you want to see your kids happy. So she decided to give him these shoes early, for Christmas, and he ended up being shot and killed at the Frederick Douglass Community Center, and he was found shoeless. And so, you know, she comes to the conclusion that was the reason of his death. And I think that is just horrible. And Earl and I were talking about it, and it's like, you know, I don't place blame on her at all, but only human being would, you know, if I was in her shoes, I would blame myself. Like, I can't believe I bought these shoes for him and ended up costing him his life. And the boy, he only had the shoes for 4 days.
Oh my goodness.
And it's
horrible.
sad. It's sad.
That's horrible.
And it's like, over some shoes though, really? Like, I mean, people have no regard for life whatsoever.
No, they definitely don't.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. People are just, you know, I don't know.
Well, Frida Bosch, who is the mother to Chris Bosch, was recently arrested for allegedly using a disabled man in a drug distribution activity.
Wow.
Girl, stop. Law enforcement officers confirmed Frida's associate named Jonathan Brown was running the drug ring, and Frida allowed this to occur as the means of obtaining free narcotics and marijuana from Brown, while also allowing the drugs to be distributed from the offense location. In addition to these claims, law officials has also confirmed that Frida and Brown were forcing a man to use his disability check to pay for their rent.
That's horrible.
Girl.
Well, I mean, in one aspect, you'll think, well, I mean, your son is Chris Bosh, you got money, but
no.
If she's on drugs, that relationship may not be like that.
I'm sure at some point he definitely took care of his mother. Now, you know what? What is so amazing, seriously?
But if she on drugs, she probably used the money up.
Well, yeah, clearly. But what I was going to say is that when you get a chance, I want you to Google them, because literally they look just like twins.
Really?
Yeah. He looks like his mom. If he had on a wig, he could look just like his mother. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just serious. Because I had to do a double check. I'm like, well, who's the father? Who's the son? Who's the mother?
But you got to be careful, too, with family members, because family members will abuse. A lot of times when you are at a certain level in your life, and I'm pretty sure, you know, Chris, her son probably knew, okay, I've taken care of her, but you only could do so much for a person. They have to help themselves.
Right. And if you are determined.
If she's abusing it with drugs.
Exactly.
You know, I'm not going to keep feeding you money to harm yourself. I'm not going to do that. So the relationship may not be where she's just fully taken care of. You know, that well could have ran dry a long time ago.
So this last story, you know what?
This done ticked me off. She done told me about this last night.
It made you mad?
It did.
Okay. So
I need to just go ahead and take care of him.
Well, okay. Well, we're not going to say that on the air.
They don't know what that means. That could mean anything.
Okay.
I'll let you proceed.
Thank you. So my last story is about George Zimmerman. I don't like him.
So now you see where I'm coming from with this.
So earlier this year, it was announced that Jay-Z would be working on a documentary about Trayvon Martin entitled Rest in Power, the Trayvon Martin story. Now it is being reported that George Zimmerman, Trayvon Martin's killer, is threatening the rapper over the documentary. So an exclusive interview with The Blast George Zimmerman threatened to beat Jay-Z and feed him to the alligators. Now, George, I don't think that's a road that you want to go down. But nevertheless, after he claims that a production team for the project reportedly harassed his family for interviews and footage. The site says that Zimmerman told them in an interview that a production team led by an executive producer made unannounced visits to his parents' home and uncle's home in Florida in an attempt to get them on camera. Zimmerman claimed that the team harassed his family, but refused to provide details. So it looks like you're lying, George, on what the harassment actually was. He's also upset because his wife or ex-wife allegedly received money for this documentary. I can't even talk today, and is not sharing it with him. So, George Zimmerman, I don't think you want to harass Jay-Z. Jay-Z has a team. Jay-Z probably can handle you on his own.
I mean, my thing is not even the whole. It's not even the whole Jay-Z comment that really made me upset.
Oh yeah, let me read that comment to you.
Yeah, yes. I was gonna say.
Okay, so now he is quoted as saying, "I know how." This is George Zimmerman. "I know how to handle people who, with me. I have since February 2012." Really?
See, so that's what made me upset because
that was a confession almost.
Okay. Not to mention, that's like a slap in Trayvon Martin's parents' face.
Yes.
And he slapped them several times over and over again. But it's like you just keep reopening that wound and you have no regards to what happened to him or his family. And you just refer to it like it's nothing.
You know what?
That really makes me upset.
The wonderful thing about karma, it comes around.
I truly believe
it will knock on your door.
Just like OJ, ended up going to jail for something completely different. I think later on down the line, something's going to happen where either somebody's going to take care of him or he's going to go to jail for something. Something is going to come up where he's going to end up going to jail.
So far, every little thing he's been involved in, didn't he pull a gun out on someone? He's always in the news.
Same gun that he used with Trayvon Martin.
Yes, he did. And so it's only a matter of time when karma comes knocking and ringing your bell, you will answer. You will answer.
And I really think that
you will answer. No doubt about it.
He either gonna answer on Earth or when he gone. Either way, he gonna answer at some point. But I would like to physically.
I don't think that you want to mess with Jay-Z. Jay-Z is from the hood. He's from the Bronx.
But you know what? Jay-Z is a businessman, so it ain't even got nothing to do with the hood or anything else like that.
He still has it in him. That's the point I'm making.
Well, no. I think that he would comment, or he may say a comment that would just completely shut him down and keep it moving. He not worried about him. Jay-Z is a billionaire, okay?
He's not gonna stoop down to his level.
No. He ain't even gonna entertain all of that. So it's like,
you still don't want to mess with Jay-Z, however way he clapped back.
Yeah, but
because he has multiple ways.
The thing that really got me upset was him referring back to Trayvon Martin 2012. Like that is just not funny at all, and that's just opening up another wound. That the parents have to constantly repatch back on. Yeah. I mean,
Trayvon Martin's family will have justice.
But speaking of Black Ink, his father, Trayvon's father, he was on the show of the series in Chicago, and he did one of the guys on there did a tattoo of Trayvon on him.
Oh, yes,
and I was just saying that anybody in the United States, if you say the name Trayvon Martin, they know who he is and who his parents are. And it's like I was just saying, like I wish we would even know that he didn't exist, because if that was the case, the son would still be here. They'll just be regular people, going on with their lives. I think he was like 17, 15 at the time.
I think he was 17.
Yeah, and so he would have been in college or doing whatever by now. And I remember when I heard about it, and it just, it just opens up wounds when you refer back, and with you not having any regard whatsoever, he'll get his.
Yes, absolutely.
He'll get his, so I'm not even worried. Everyone knows of Oprah Winfrey for being so generous and giving. I really wish that I could have been in the audience at any given time when she was giving away refrigerators, houses, cars. furniture, just whatever. I wish I could have been in the audience at any given time. But this past Thursday, Oprah posted a video on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook letting her fans know that the financial scam that's been hitting social media using her name and photo is completely fake. And what really happened is the imposters were asking for money, from the fans if you can sign up for an own account. But my thing is, as much as Oprah gives, why does she want your bank account? That just makes no sense to me.
That's common sense.
You know what I'm saying? Oprah would never do anything like that. Sometimes you just kind of but I guess because people, they get so excited and they figure, they can get something. I don't know, but
they think they see Oprah.
Exactly, Oprah. And but see, my thing is tall tales that can tell if this is a fake page or not. Most pages, especially on Instagram and Twitter, it'll say verified, letting you know that this is an actual celebrity's page or this is who this is or whatever. But yeah, so she made a video with herself, knowing it, so you could tell it was her. She didn't type up anything. She said, "It is fraud. It's a fraud. It's a fraud." Oprah Winfrey says, "Don't believe it. Don't give up your bank accounts or any personal information to anybody posing as me or anyone else for that matter, and have a Merry Christmas." So I hope you guys weren't one of the ones.
A couple of months ago, I want to say it was about 2-3 o'clock in the morning, I got a friend request from TD Jakes. Now come on,
stop. 2 o'clock in the morning.
2 o'clock in the morning. Now you know good. First of all, stop it. Just stop.
First of all, at 2 o'clock in the morning, TD won't. He trying to follow you at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Exactly. And I'm like, it was his profile picture and everything. Friend request on Facebook from TD Jakes. Stop. I don't know how, really. So that just goes to show you.
Exactly. First of all, TD ain't really following too many people.
He ain't. Let's just keep it real. Unfortunately, TD Jakes is not following me, and he's not sending out any friend requests to me. No. So, but like
we'll
you
be
said,
nice though. We'll be
nice. It would be nice. It would be very nice.
Bishop called me, but. Yeah. But it's, what I'm saying is that you could see the name. And you're like, oh my God, if you're gullible, if you really, but.
You know what? The same thing happened to me because I posted a post on Twitter a couple months ago, and it looked like Heidi Klum had responded and retweeted me. I was like, oh my God.
You told me about that.
I was like, Heidi Klum just retweeted. I said, I don't know how she found this post. Didn't even get any likes or retweets, but she just retweeted me. Then I look back, it was a Heidi Klum fan page. So that goes to show you, when you see the name, you get excited.
Initially you do.
I was like, oh my God,
yeah, this is
Heidi
so awesome.
Yeah. I was like, this just brought me up to a whole different level. But yeah, it was a fan page. So you have to be very careful.
Yes, you do.
Please do not give your information on social media. Yeah. Just be very careful and just make sure whatever you're doing, it's just not a scam.
Right. So no, TD Jakes is not trying to find me.
So I do not want to waste any more time. We have a special guest here again today. Her name is Miss Christina Rogers, and she is the CEO and founder and creator of BO, is Blessed Organic Essentials, which I really like that. I'm sorry, personally, I like Blessed Organic Essentials better than BO. I just like it. Right. Blessed Organic. So if I call it that, then
That's fine.
Blessed Organic Essentials. So without further ado, thank you again so much for being on our show
and being patient
with us. We are really not like
patience
that.
Patience is a virtue.
Okay.
You have it.
Okay. And she's just so sweet. She's kept a sweet spirit this entire time.
Yes, she has.
She even came with a gift.
Yes, I did.
That I cannot wait to open. We're going to open it. You want to open it up together?
Oh, never go anywhere empty-handed.
Yes.
That's just the key for some people.
That is so key.
It is. But while we're doing this, so tell us a little bit about yourself and your business.
Yeah,
sure.
What is BO Essentials?
Well, by myself, I am Christina, the CEO and founder of Blessed Organic Essentials. I am a wife. I am a mom of 4 beautiful and amazing kids.
Oh, I didn't know 4.
I got 4 kids. Let me see them. The ages are 15, 10, 8, and 1.
Oh, you have a baby.
I have a baby. I just had a baby. And so I'm just so blessed and honored to be able to God has just truly blessed me with my family. I love my family. I'm an inspirational, motivational speaker at Be May Whole with Christina, where I just pretty much speak about how to get your life aligned with the Word of God and to just give people an understanding of how to align their life and look through the lenses of the Word. So that's what I also do. But Blessed Organic Essentials, God has blessed me with that 2014 through a health condition that I had, stage 3 thyroid cancer. And through that journey, through that journey,
Wow.
yes.
You talk about a journey for real.
That was a journey. Yes, after several bouts of surgery, radiation treatments, 3 reconstructive surgeries, my business was birthed out of my health condition.
Oh my goodness.
With a mindset to pretty much give myself a better quality of life, and I was given another chance to get it right.
Wow.
That's how I looked at it.
Let me tell you something. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you, and what I was thinking while you were speaking is that you don't look like what you've been through.
Exactly.
And only God can do that.
Only God can do
only
it.
Only God can
only
do
He
that.
can do that.
Oh my God. Okay, I had to say
That's okay.
that. Go ahead, 'cause
No.
that was wonderful.
No. And through that journey, I was able to birth my my skincare line, and that is why I called it Blessed, because God gave me the opportunity. He blessed me to still be here with my family. You know, I had stage 3 on my way to stage 4. It had already metastasized to my lungs. So I looked at it as a blessing. Yes. And I said, well, Lord, how can I be a blessing to the people that comes in contact with the product? And I just kept hearing the word blessed ring in my spirit with the product. And so fast forwarding from 2014 to now, my brand has went through different stages. You know, it's went through different looks, and so I settled on a look, and I said, okay, now it's time to try to bring this thing mainstream. And I was able to take the brand with the help of all of my family and my friends, because at first I was just giving away product, like, okay, what y'all think? Give me an honest opinion. Tell me what you like, what you don't like, you know. And I put my all into the brand. And you know what? Your story is your brand.
Oh my God, yes.
Okay. And if I can drive anything home today, it's your story is your brand. If you can tell your story, people will support. You know, a lot of people out here and they have a brand and they're just trying to push that brand and, you know, make money. But the people want to know what is behind the brand. What are they buying into?
Right.
You know, is it for the money, or am I supporting and building a dream? And so that was my core value when I created my brand. It was behind me being able to live a life and be blessed in doing so. And God truly blessed the product.
You know what? A lot of times, like you said, when people go into business, they just do it to make money.
Exactly.
But you truly turned your pain into a purpose.
That's it.
And now you're able to pour your faith into your products, and now it physically blesses people, you know. And so it's all a full circle.
Yes.
And, you know, it's really important, and you can kind of see the difference when someone has an actual purpose behind their business versus if someone is just selling something. You can almost tell it like right away, whether it's in the way they're, you know, they talk, their tone, just, you know, the actual physicalness of their product, just on social media, their presence. You can almost like tell just automatically when someone, they just out here just selling something, or they have an actual purpose in a story that they're telling through their product. Exactly. And, you know, I didn't know the intricate, you know, the different details that you went through, but, you know, you can definitely tell that you poured everything that you've had into this product.
Yes,
the packaging is awesome. Before we even go any further, I just want to talk about my gift really quick, you know, because
your gift.
Well, our gift. You have one too.
Oh, okay, girl. You better watch yourself.
Just me. It's our gift.
We'll ask Santa to bring you some sharing spirit next year.
You know, we always talk about beauty and beauty products, and I just love facial. Anyone that watches this show, they know I love skincare. So I'm just really excited about this. And I'm actually in school to be an esthetician.
Oh.
And it's funny because my teacher, she just said, do you use face serum under your moisturizer? I said, no. And she gave me facial serum. I cannot wait to go back and tell my teacher. And I will definitely tell you how I enjoy this.
Yes,
I am.
Thank you so very much.
Excited.
And that is our bestseller. By the way, in all of our stores, That is the first product that leaves the shelves. And the reviews that we're getting from the product is that people, they use it with their moisturizer. A little goes a long way.
I like
Okay,
that.
but the formulation that we use in that particular product is for rejuvenation. It's for youthfulness. It also helps with dark circles up under the eyes. Okay, so it helps with all of that. Okay, so it helps to promote healthy skin. And that's why we call it the healthy skincare line. That's our rose and geranium
Oh, I can't
facial
wait to use
serums that
this.
can be found at Whole Foods.
So tell
Well,
us
we thank you
where
so
else can
much.
people find you? Because you did mention that you're in Whole Foods.
Yeah,
And
we're
what
in Whole
other?
Foods.
Mhm.
Well, we're in Whole Foods across Chicagoland area, so you can look us up for that. We're, we got that covered on all social media handles. So we're in 5 stores across the Chicagoland area. We are currently, I'm so happy about this. We currently finally got on Amazon.
Oh.
Yay!
I mean, it was some hard work, a lot of praying, a lot of faith. Like, Lord, favor me with this person and that person.
Yes.
So we finally got approved to sell on Amazon. So you can find our products on Amazon.com. BO Essentials is up under that name. Of course, you guys know you can find us on our online site as well. But I'm always pushing Whole Foods, and I'm always going to push Amazon because it helps with credibility, and also helps to grow the brand and bring it to different locations to other retailers.
I mean, but also people like to see stuff in person.
Yeah.
So, I like that you can say if you want to purchase online, or you can go into this
The store.
location
Yes, absolutely.
and you can see it. People like to see and touch, and I love to
Experience
see
the
and touch and
product.
look exactly. And so just to go back to when you were talking about how your products went through different stages, we can relate because we're in the process of currently rebranding ourselves, and your product does go through different stages, and
It sure does.
as you grow, your product
brand,
grows,
yes,
and
it does.
it should grow. Your brand shouldn't be the same like how it was when you started back in 2014, or like back,
No.
it's the same thing with us. It shouldn't be the same. It should evolve. And so we could totally agree and relate to that.
What advice would you give to in going into business?
Well, I'll say this. I always say this every time I speak. Start with what you have. I think a lot of women and men tend to think that they have to have all this amount of money. They have to connect with the right person and be at the certain place at the right time. Start with what you have. And I think I tell that to everywhere I go. Anyone that encounters me and asks me, how did you get into Whole Foods? How did you get on Amazon? Prayer, faith, and hard work.
Yes.
Oh my God.
If I could say that again, prayer, faith, and hard work. And, faith without works is dead. So you can pray all day, but if you're not working and trying to build something for yourself, God will meet you halfway.
Yes, He
So you
will.
have to, be working with something and give God something to work with. And if I
Yes.
can tell anybody, it would just be start with what you have. If you have just a little bit of, if you got $500 in your bank account, if you just got $100 in your bank account, find different ways where you can invest in yourself. Use social media. Social media is free, and it is a tool, a marketing tool for you to use. Also, get into your inner circle, into your networking in your inner circle. See what gifts and talents are around you, and utilize those talents. You don't always got to pay somebody for a service. Utilize your inner circle. And lastly, if you are the smartest person in your circle, get from that circle.
Come on, girl. You
Yes.
can say that one more time. But you know what,
Yes.
Christina, what I wanted to, and we talked about this before we went live, the importance of the sisterhood.
Very important.
Because I'm going to be transparent here. When I mentioned that you were going to be on our show, someone said to me, "You guys are really kind of. Is that a smart move?" She has. I'm like, because you are a woman of faith.
Yes,
Let's just speak
first and
faith
foremost.
here. I know that what God has for me,
it's for you.
It's for me. And when He opens a door, no one. It's not meant for anyone else to go through that door but me. But like you said, faith without works is dead, and vice versa. What He has for you. So I am so glad that we are coming as a united front, so we can show others what sisterhood looks like. I don't have to hate on you. You know, when I first met you, I'm like, oh, you're so pretty. You look just like Stephanie Mills. I still think you do. But I mean, you know, it doesn't take away.
It does
It
not.
does not take
God
away.
sees the heart.
Yes, he does.
He sees the heart. So let's just talk about the importance of sisterhood
Okay.
and supporting each other.
Absolutely. Well,
Go
I mean, you kind of said everything I was going to say.
I'll take up a collection right now.
She thinks she TD Jakes. That's half the
Pass the
problem.
bucket. Pass
Okay,
the bucket.
that's half the problem. She thinks she TD Jakes. But no, you know, I feel like going in 2018, for anyone who may not feel like that they have that sisterhood, there's nothing wrong with going to different networking groups or go to different, events where there are positive, like-minded people.
Right.
And I guarantee you that you will come across at least one or two people that have that same anointed spirit as you do, and you just have to put yourself in that atmosphere. But you have to be willing to support. Can't just be looking for support and just always being on the receiving end. And I was just talking to someone about that stay away from people who's always on the receiving end. You have to be willing to give and pour into others as well. And I never had a problem with you being on our show. Well, why not?
Right.
Even if now she sells a lot of things for your face and we do a lot of things for our body, but even if you had stuff for your body, I mean, that does not take away from what you do or what we do. And we as Black women and as a women, to some that could be a double negative, but as Black women and as women, it's important for us to come together and bound a sisterhood within our community.
Exactly.
There's too much going on. We have to be able to, uphold each other.
And step away from this negativity and hating on each other and all this, side eye and drama. It's just ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
We have got to do better.
We do.
So what would you say is things that you had to overcome outside of, we're not going to take away from the medical aspect of it, but for the business, what was one of the most difficult challenges that you faced and how did you overcome it?
My biggest challenge, I can tell you off the bat what it was. My biggest challenge was, I got two of them, was overcoming judgment, meaning that, you've come up against, am I worthy? That's one. Am I worthy? Because you put in the hard work, and you're doing what it takes to get it done. But so many people have come before me and did not hit the bullseye. They didn't, make the count. But yet, I've only been in business since 2014, and I've landed my first major retailer. How many people around me wish that was them?
Absolutely.
So, just overcoming judgment and being able to rise above that, when you're dealing with us as women of color and, not being supportive. I did not have the support of a lot of my family and friends, but a lot of my other family and friends, they did support. And my husband said this to me and I couldn't get it. And I'm like, well, babe, I said, well, I had the business before I went into Whole Foods. But all of a sudden, when I go into Whole Foods, everybody wants to support me. But so where was the support before I hit the shelves?
There and say that.
And that kind of hurt me a little bit because I'm like, okay, I need you along the journey.
Exactly.
I don't need you to hop on my bandwagon when all is well. But when I'm going through trying to get this thing off the ground, where are you?
Oh my God.
I'm gonna stop there and I'll go to my second one.
Just put a pin right there because you are speaking into our life right now. Seriously, it is people do not. I don't know what it is. They want to support when it appears that you're just successful now. You want to support when I'm successful. Well, I'm successful, so I don't need your support now. I got support from other people now.
You better say that.
When I'm on the ground and I'm trying to get this off the ground, that's when I need you. That's when I need your support. I don't need your support when I got, several different people across the Chicagoland area buying my product.
Or when you're praying and fasting your way through.
Exactly. I need my
because
support
that in itself is a journey.
It's a journey.
I need support when I'm trying to figure out, okay, how am I going to fund this business? I need support when I'm lost. And I'm like, is this the right thing I need to do? That's the kind of support that we need. And people do not, for whatever reason, people who are not in business, they're just on the outside looking in this, in this entrepreneurial bubble. They don't realize that.
They don't.
For whatever reason, they want to hop on the bandwagon once you get your stuff in Walmart, Walgreens, or wherever. You know, but then when you at home making your product, you know, and
asking them to support you.
Exactly.
Can I get a sale?
Okay.
Up half the night.
Or can you just share my post on Instagram or on social media? You know, they don't want to support you then. So
okay,
we can go on, but we have to put a pin in there
because we stirring up the pot. I'm stirring up the pot over here. I'm stirring up the pot.
Because you are just being very transparent, and we can relate to almost every word that you're saying.
So what was your second?
So my first one, like I said, was this overcoming judgment and just rising above that. Secondly, I would say not compromising. So when I finally went into Whole Foods, and for those who are trying to get into that major retailer, that is a journey in itself. Just paperwork and what you can and can't do and labels and ingredients. And I was just nervous. When I first saw the product on the shelf, I cried and I just thank God immediately because I'm like, God, this was you. I go into the store now, I see my picture, I'm like, God, this is you.
Yes.
But I will say this for those, and I have to give this because God will give me if I don't. A few months before I made it into the store, I went into the store with my anointed oil and I touched the shelves.
Ooh.
And I said, my product will be here on the shelf of Whole Foods. I had not even interviewed with them. I had not even did anything, no paperwork, no anything. By faith. And I went in and I touched the shelf. Everything around me, all the pictures on the shelf around me were Caucasian women. And I said to myself, and I touched it within myself, and I said, my products will be here on these shelves. Fast forwarding maybe 6 to 8 months later, there was a connection made, and through that connection, doors to start opening, and I started maneuvering my way through those doors. Long story short, my brand went through those transitions. So my brand that you see now did not look like that. It looked homemade. Homemade. But God is all I gotta say. But God. And now when I look at it, I just say, God, I thank you. And even now I pray that, my confession for my brand is that I want it to be a blessing into the lives of everyone that it comes in contact with. That when they put it on topically, that they will be blessed as an individual. But my second difficulty that I came up against was not to compromise, and I wanted to still have my faith in my product. A lot of people try to change the wording so that in the schoolhouse you can't use Jesus, you can't use God in certain way. I said, Lord, I want the name to still be blessed. So I came up against that a little bit in Whole Foods. They wanted me to take the name organic out and different things like that. So I said, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to call it BO Essentials. But then I also put on there Blessed Beauty, Bath, and Body. And as you see my product on the shelf, it says Blessed Beauty, Bath, and Body. That word blessed is going to be on them products.
Okay. Okay.
And I went, and as God continued to carry me through wherever He has me going into 2018, that is my confession. I want it to bless the lives of your people. So lastly, to just drive it home, don't compromise.
Do not compromise. Stand your ground.
Stand your ground.
I appreciate your transparency and, you just telling. I'm sure you have a lot more to your story, but just briefly sharing your story with us, that's a whole nother show. We would love to have you back for that.
But definitely have you back next year.
Just, it's important to stand your ground and stand for what you believe in. And, there's no dollar sign that could take away from God. Okay.
It can't.
Because just like He brought all this to you, He could take it away.
Blow on it.
Okay. And, just like real quick, and it's all gone. And, people that they have to remember where you come from and remember what brought you to where you are. Exactly. And that is so important. I just have one question real quick.
Sure.
Husband, with you having 4 children, you having a successful business, how are you able, and then your faith, I'm sure you have a social life, how are you able to keep this all afloat?
I was going to say that, and I just added on my ministry, Be Made Whole.
Okay, so
balance. So, home life balance and work balance is important, but I feel like being able to organize it all, trying to get it out through the day, and just figuring out what is priority. First and foremost is God. I have to give God my time, and then I have to give my family. So God, family, and then my business. And if I could say that in that order, it's in that order. God, family, and then your business. And I feel like once you have it in that order, everything else will fall into place. It's hard sometimes. My husband be fussing. My kids always say, "Mommy, where you going? When you gonna be back?" But that's my prayer. And when I come before God, I say, "Lord, why you have me on this journey? Take care of my family.
Oh yeah.
And let me take my family with me.
Yes.
You know, because I can't leave them behind and neglect them. That's not in order. That's not in alignment with His word. So I have to make sure that I'm doing it the way He wants me to do it. Try to get as much balance as you can. Eat right. Take care of your body, because if you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of the family, and you can't take care of God's work either.
Yeah.
I love it.
You know what, Christina? What I really like is that you are not ashamed to credit.
I've never.
I love that, because sometimes, people get to a certain level and
they start
forget.
talking cold man upstairs.
Exactly. And they want to, and he's not the man upstairs. And so, they want to forget or not give him the proper acknowledgement. I can tell you hands down, there is no way in the world that Brittany and I could have done anything remotely close to what we're doing thus far without him. Bottom line. We just couldn't have. There's no way.
I just want to just thank you again for coming to our show after many trial and error.
It was all Brittany's fault. It was all Brittany's fault.
But I just want to just
Brittany,
thank you.
It was your fault, Brittany.
I just want to thank you so much for coming to our show. I truly appreciated you.
I appreciate you guys.
As we're wrapping up, tell us, I know you said that you're, congratulations again on this whole Amazon move. Tell us anything else that you have going on in 2018 and how people can reach out to you and buy your BO Essentials product.
Sure. So I'm excited about what I'm about to say now, because this is a long time coming.
Okay.
2018, this was a faith move. We will be at the Black Women's Expo next year. This is our first trade show. I was super nervous. I'm like, and I looked at the price. I was like, Jesus.
We did that last year. This year. Yeah.
So this is our first trade show. Yes. We got a corner booth, so we made sure we got a big booth to kind of get all,
We will be there.
So we will be at the Black Women's Expo 2018. That is our major move. We want to kind of grow the brand and kind of bring the brand out from where it is to the people, so they can feel and experience the brand for what it is. Because everybody's not at the stores. Exactly. So we're going to be there 2018, April the 6th through the 8th. We will be at the Black Women's Expo. Again, the products can be purchased at Whole Foods Market across the Chicagoland area and in Indiana, Northwest Indiana area. Amazon, you already know Amazon.com. BOEssential.com is our website. Sorry about that.
That's okay. We're good.
Also, you can reach us if you need to. info@boessential.com. All social media handles, b.o.essentials.
All right.
Well, you guys heard it here. Please go support, go like and follow her on all social media handles. And again, thank you so much for being
you guys.
on
Thank you,
our
Adrian.
show.
Thank you, Brittany. I appreciate you. And next time, 2018, we'll do it.
Yes, 2018.
Yes, we're definitely going to be meeting up again. This is not our last time.
Okay.
We want to wish you guys a very Merry Christmas.
Very Merry Christmas. Christmas is in 2 days.
2 days. Do you have my gift, girl? Girl, when you go get it? No. Christine, she passed me.
I got you, girl.
Shady.
Merry Christmas to everyone. I hope everyone has an awesome time with their family. Eat good, pass out gifts,
be safe.
And be safe. We will see you. We won't see you next week, but we will see you the weekend after that. Bye.
Thank you, Christina.